Hey beautiful souls, welcome back to the channel. Did you know that your only real responsibility and the greatest gift that you can give yourself and those around you is to heal your own emotional patterns? That's it. You are not responsible for carrying or healing the emotional wounds or patterns of others, even if they're family, even if they're your partner, even if they demand it of you. So let's talk about why this matters so deeply. But first, let me welcome those of you who are new here. My name is Annemarie, and I help people reclaim themselves after toxic or narcissistic relationships by turning their pain into their power. And if you're interested in working with me one-on-one, you'll find all the details below in the description. Let's get into it. You know, we all carry emotional patterns. They are the sum total of our unresolved emotions, unhealed wounds, and the triggers that those wounds create. And let me tell you, this is a huge area where we unknowingly lose our power. But here's the thing, you can't heal or change anything that you don't acknowledge. And if you want to fully heal from narcissistic abuse, and just as importantly, if you want to stop attracting similar dynamics, you've got to go within and recognize your own patterns. As I've said in other videos, this is not to excuse anyone else's bad behavior. This is for your healing and your growth and your continual forward movement. Okay, and for me personally, one of my biggest patterns was chronic people pleasing and overgiving. And because of that, guilt and shame were massive triggers for me in my life. I've done a couple of videos diving deeper into those topics, and I'll leave the links for you below if that resonates. But here's the really heartbreaking truth. When others, especially narcissistic personalities, sense your pattern, they will manipulate it. They will weaponize your wounds against you to get their way. They push your emotional buttons just to see how far they can go. Some even find it amusing. It becomes a game. I think it's incredibly cruel. Because what they're actually doing is poking at your deepest pain until you react. Pretty cruel, because your reactions gives them power. So we can't stay naive, right? Just because you would never play with someone else's wounds doesn't mean others won't. So what can you do? What's really helped me immensely is living more and more in spiritual truth. The more I focus on healing my wounds, the less grip those patterns have on me, and the less control others have over my heart. And let's be honest, it's your heart that gets hurt, right? It's your heart that you end up closing off from the rest of the world for fear of getting hurt again. But when I focus on spiritual truth, that I am a peaceful, powerful soul, that I am not the roles that I've played, the overgiver, the fixer, the one who holds it all together, the people pleaser, I can start to separate my true self from the patterns that I've been stuck in. And that's the key to real healing. A wise woman once said, "It's no good to sit in sorrow with what you've done wrong. You've got to let it go and get on with what's right." And that line has stuck with me for years. So instead of shaming yourself for reacting, focus on reclaiming your truth. Because real change, world change, always starts with self-change. And that begins with self-awareness. And yes, I know, that's something many people really struggle with, self-awareness. But when you give yourself permission to regularly turn inward and upward, It becomes one of the most powerful things that you can do for your own healing and for your own growth. And others will automatically benefit. Okay? So, one last thing that I want to say before we close is, if you're still focused on when will they get what they deserve, then you're still handing them your energy, your power. Okay? I get it. It looks like they get away with everything, right? But trust me, they don't. They will get theirs. But it's not your job to monitor that. Your only job is to monitor your own healing and your own forward progression. That's it. So let me know in the comments, how are you reclaiming your power? I would genuinely love to hear. And your story, I'm sure, will absolutely inspire someone else who's still in the thick of it. So until next time, take care. Take care of your beautiful heart. Turn inward, turn upward, and just keep going forward. All right? Because you've got this. So until next time, lots and lots and lots of love, as always, from my heart to you.